a little walkthrough of my stay sail and third reef setup, and confession to make. I've never actually done the third reef on this boat. I knew it was there, I'd never done it, and I thought, you know what, after the other day, when I was out jib only and over furled jib and whatnot, boat wasn't performing well, tons of ridiculous amount of lee helm. You can watch that video. It was gusting to 25 and maybe more, 6 foot chop, and the boat wasn't handling it well. I was under jib only and I'd furled it beyond the second reef. I also have the stay sail that I've never actually had used in real life. It occurred to me I should probably get dialed in. I hadn't rigged the stay sail, for a couple of years. Never had to use it. So I rigged the stay sail and I rigged the third reef. So I'm glad I did it at the dock. Certainly with the third reef there's a few subtleties, but just to kind of walk you through here, there's a couple of things. So one of the things is when I'm not using a girth hitch on here, I've got 2 bow lines, and the reason for that is this stay sail is reefable. You can see here it's got reef, a reefing kringle, and again, I've never had to do it in real life, but I've never had to reef it, but this bow line allows you to undo it while you're sailing, pre-install it up there, and then you can head into irons, loosen the halyard, and bring it down to this kringle here for that reef. So it's a reefable stay sail. Again, I've never had to do that. There's a couple other subtleties on my boat. I've got the furling 100% jib, and I've got these blocks here for the stay sail. Let me just go to the other side where it's in tension. I've got these blocks here. This is the stay sail track. Got the block here, and I've got a second one, and then it goes back to the winch, to the redirecting block, and then to the winch. So on my boat, I don't have a second winch and a second block here. So for the furling jib, I can't use them both at the same time. So I've got to tie off the sheet here so that the jib, stays tight. So again, I've never had to do it in real life, but I haven't added the extra gear for that. So that's a specific issue to my boat. And then as well, you can see here, I've got the running backstays, and again, there's no special connection. It goes on to the cleat here, so you can see that cleat gets a bit busy there for me. And depending on what tack I'm on, I've got both of them rigged right now, both of the running backstays. So if I'm on port tack, then I'll have the port backstay, and this one will either be undone or loose, vice versa. The stay sail, one of the other things I wanted to check and see is, where did it stand with the dinghy on the deck, and you can see I got a reasonable amount of clearance there over the dinghy, so that's good. That's not the designer told me at the time. The reason to have it off the deck was if you're in those kinds of conditions where you're sailing on it, chances are you're going to have waves coming over the bow, and you want to have the sail above that. At least, that's what I was told. I've got a provision to lower it if need be as well. So I did that, and so that was good, and reacquainting myself, with that. And I'd like to go out and try in those similar conditions with the jib only, and see how the boat handles it under jib alone. All that being said, I had never rigged my third reef here on the main, so I did that, and I'm quite happy with the way that it turned out. There was a couple of subtleties. Of course, I've got two reefing lines for the first and second reef are pre-installed. So what ends up happening is you've got to take the on my boat anyway, and it was on my other boat as well, is you have to take the reef line off the first reef. Here's where it connected to the boom for the first reef, and then move it over to here, the bow line, and glad I did that. Just got a plane taking off there. So what I noticed was I hadn't tied this bow line quite tight enough in, and the knot was binding on the kringle, so I had to do that, figure that out. I like the position of the boom over the Dodger there. Reasonably happy with that. There was a few subtleties with doing it, and doing it at a mooring ball is probably not a bad idea, so the boat is free to move. There was a little bit of breeze, not much, but it was reasonable for the boat to stay pointed while I was doing this exercise. So I have yet to sail in these conditions, but I'm happy I did this at a mooring ball to try it out and learn some of the subtleties where the boat wasn't bouncing around like hell in high wind. So I'd love to hear if any of you have any suggestions for the setup, things I can improve, and with regards to either the stay sail itself or the third reef. And I'd also love to hear. The other day I went out jib only, and a few folks had commented, high wind, you should raise the main first and then deploy the jib. Love to hear people's thoughts on that. I'll often go out jib only and kind of test the conditions. And in lighter winds, I've had really good luck on this boat, being able to sail close hauled with the jib only. And then to the extent that I want more sail up, I could, go close hauled, easily raise the main afterwards, and whether it's with a reef or without a reef. But I'd love to hear people's thoughts on that as well. Lots of folks were suggesting, the old school approach, start at the back and move forward, so raise the main first and then the jib. Not sure there's a hard and fast rule, but love to hear your thoughts on that as it relates to, higher wind sailing and, 20 plus knots or more. And yeah, that's all for now. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe by all means. Whatever it is that you're doing out there, respect the risk, have fun. See you next time.